Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Hey, how's it going? It's been a while since I've done a live stream. Just wanted to see how everybody's doing. Yeah, so don't be shy. Feel free to comment. Hey, Rising! Hey, man, how you? How's it going? How you been? That's good. That's good. Me, so far so good. Can't complain. Just got done with lunch, so just having a little dessert. Mm. Yeah, I did. I did. Just trying something a little different. Yeah, I always like to mix things up a little bit. Mm. 1 second. All right. Try a mustache. I'm thinking about doing that. But the thing is, with my mustache, is it doesn't grow in as as full as I like it to. And sometimes it ends up pretty thin. But I might give it a try to see if it'll grow in some more. Or I'm actually working on doing the sort of a 5 o'clock shadow look. Like it's not a complete full beard, but it's not all shadow, shadow like this. It's actually kind of like somewhere in between, like Sean William Scott in the season 3 of Lethal Weapon. That kind of look. Oh, really? What is it? What you got in mind? Hmm. How so? Oh, could be interesting. That could be interesting. Just gotta figure. It might be tricky though to pull off because I'm not sure how to do the. I gotta get like those fake mustaches and beards. Oh, okay, okay. I got you. I got you. Yeah, that could be something interesting. That could be. It could be pretty unique to do. Definitely give that one a write that one in the list of ideas. Just wanted to check. Can you hear me well? Because I've been playing with the microphone, and I just recently got my desktop all figured out, so that way I can stream on the webcam again. No, can't say that I have. Is that a show or movie? Oh, okay. Hmm. Huh. Sounds pretty interesting. Is it like a sci-fi or sci-fi horror fantasy kind of deal? Sounds like something I might be interested in seeing. Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, you gotta do something so that way they look different on screen. Oh, by the way, can you share this stream with your Tumblr page or yeah? Because I'm still trying to. I'm still working on a couple things for this channel. I'm still working on a couple things for to help this channel grow. Okay, here, let me. Oh yeah, no, I heard Tumblr is going through a rough patch right now. I heard Tumblr more or less might have shot themselves in the foot. I think it's kind of weird that they decided to do that. It's almost like it's like when it's going on TV show terms. It's like when Clayton Crawford got fired by Fox. Yeah, it's like they got fired by Fox. Clayton Crawford got fired by Fox, and they replaced him with Sean William Scott. It's like, well, it's not Lethal Weapon without Riggs, so you bring in this new guy, this new character, and it's different. It's like if you try to. It's like if they replaced Will Smith on Fresh Prince of Bel Air. It's like, why are we even watching this? Because Will Smith made that show, so it's. I mean, I think I understand from Tumblr standpoint as to why they wanted to do it, but I think at the same time they lost out on a lot of people. Yeah, no, yeah, no, definitely, no, I see where you're coming from with that because I feel like it's weird. Like I see both sides. I see both sides as to Tumblr's reason as to why they made that decision, and also why people are upset about it naturally. So it's kind of a slippery slope. It's like I'm just someone from the outside looking in. I mean, I have a Tumblr page, but I don't post a whole lot on there. And what I do post is mostly superhero related stuff or reblogging some things. So yeah, it's unusual, the decision that Tumblr made. But speaking of unusual decisions, did you see? I'm not sure if you saw on the community page of my channel the little poll, thing I made. Yeah, I did a poll for video for. Here, let me see if I can pull it up on my phone here real quick. Oh yeah, okay, here it is. The poll was this. Okay, I'm remaking these classics into a web series. Which should be first? And the three are Die Hard, Back to the Future, and The Hangover. So far, it looks like there's only been 2 votes, and the 2 votes that got it has been Die Hard and Back to the Future. I did a poll a while back saying I'm thinking about. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. What's been new? Yeah, just decided to do a live stream, see how everybody's doing. Didn't have a whole lot going on today. I just got done fixing the pool, like cleaning it up, making it look nice. And yeah, so just kind of relax and talking to you guys. Rising, say hello to our new viewer. Yeah, Rising amongst Mist is been a long time subscriber of this channel. But how you been? How's your guys' day going? But yeah, usually I'll come on here on the streams, just kind of talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Talk about, like give me a topic and we'll roll with it. So, Target shopping. Looking at, oh, okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I trying a new look. I did have the goatee, but then I shaved it off. So I don't know what look to go for. If I should go for, the kind of Sean William Scott look from Lethal Weapon 3, Season 3 of Lethal Weapon, where it's like the 5 o'clock shadow, but it's not a full beard. It's like half a beard. Oh, okay. Cool. Thanks. Thank you. But yeah, usually I come on the streams and someone will bring that topic up and we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Where I live, there's not a Target around. Where I live in my area, there's not a Target. There's Walmart, Kmart, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, and we have a mall. So yeah, not a whole lot of Targets here. And there's a Party City. Where's the poll? The poll was on the. I don't know. It should be under info. Stubblebeard. Yeah, definitely. Oh no, it's okay, Rising. It's all good. Yeah, I want to do. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm doing the stubble beard, where it just looks like stubble, but I'll get my clippers and all that, and shave the neck portion here because neck beard looks terrible on me. But yeah, Anyway, Rising, we have a new viewer. But yeah, I actually wanted to ask you guys something. I wanted to ask you about if anyone had any ideas for this channel. This is also how I, come up with some ideas for videos, different topics. I'll do live streams and talk to you guys, the viewers, and see what videos you like the most, what you'd like to see more of, or something new. Like if you guys want to, spitball ideas. I know it sounds kind of gross, but yeah, if you guys have any ideas that you'd like to, you know, like to say, yeah. Yeah, here's the thing about Rising. Rising's a little bit bizarre. Ever since I gave him job of being the monitor, he's almost like General Zod, where it's like, kneel before the monitor. General Zod, that's a Superman reference. Oh, okay. Here's an interesting topic. Who's the better Superman? Christopher Reeves, Henry Cavill, Tom Welling. Was it Tom Welling that played Clark in? It was Tom Welling in Smallville, right? I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was him. I would say he's my second favorite portrayal of Superman. Even though he never officially got to be Superman, I still like him. I would love for his stories. Oh yeah, sure, definitely, no problem. Yeah, I'll definitely let you know when the next stream will be. I'll probably be doing one tomorrow at some point. But yeah, I'll definitely give you a heads up on when the next stream's going to be. But yeah, take care. Oh, Chris Reeves. Yeah, definitely Chris Reeves. Yeah, I get a vacuum here in a bit. Make everything look all nice and neat. Oh, it's just us Rising. So, what would you like to talk about, Rising? Oh. So now it's Rising's choice. Easy fake? Fake? Oh, okay, fake beards. I don't know. And mustaches, fake beards and mustaches. Yeah, that would be a funny topic. Oh, Rising. Want a Twix? All right, here you go. Take it. Here's your Twix. I might want to be careful. It might cause you to inflate. Just to give you a heads up. Okay. But yeah, no, I might do the whole fake beard and mustache. There's a Party City around, so I think finding those should be relatively easy. But yeah, you were saying it makes you're saying Tumblr's decision, for their ban makes it harder for fan fiction, right? Well, I'm just wondering, out of curiosity, what type of fan fiction do you like writing? Still there, Rising? Basically, it's becoming a weird ghost town. Yeah, that's how Tumblr is. Yeah, but yeah, I'm just curious. What's your favorite type of fan fiction to do? Oh wow. Hmm, that's nuts. What type of fan fiction? Do you write fan fiction yourself, or are you someone that just reads fan fiction? Romance. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Have you? Do you take requests and parody? Parodies are usually a lot of fun to do. Do you take any requests? Yeah, no, I lost connection too. My connection's been acting up a little weird. Um, but yeah, I think things should be good now. Anyway, did you hear what I said as to what my dream fan fiction would be? Or, what I think would be kind of fun? I would love someone to write a fan fiction that's a parody of me as Violet from Willy Wonka. I think that would just be funny. What do you mean, oh wow? What? 'Cause- 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 Well, yeah, I like doing a parody of the Willy Wonka blueberry scene, you know? Yeah. Why is that too weird or too crazy? Yeah, Violet the blueberry. Yeah. Hold on, be right back. Oh yeah. Something's wrong with the connection. It keeps going in and out. Hmm. Hey, still there, Rising? Yeah, sorry about that. I think something's wrong with the connection on here. It keeps going in and out. It's really weird. Yeah. But What do you mean by "oh wow" when I mentioned about like a parody of the blueberry scene from Willy Wonka? Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah. Well, did I ever tell you what actually got me into inflation? It wasn't Willy Wonka or any of those. Do you want to know what it was that actually got me into it? That got me into inflation and the community itself? I'm not sure if I told you this. Well, here's the thing. I'm actually not a big fan of blueberry. I'm not. I mean, I know a lot of people are. I know a lot of people love it, and I'm not huge into blueberry. Um, the reason why I say I think it would be kind of funny if someone did a parody of me in the violent situation is because so many people want me to do a video like that of a recreation of that. But really, the one thing I would love to do a recreation of because this is what got me into infliction. Are you ready? Okay. Back around, I would say 2000 to 2002. So somewhere around the 2000s, like early 2000s, there was this sci-fi show called Black Scorpion. Ring any bells? Okay. Yeah. I was. I don't know how old I was when that was out. Let's see. It was like 2000. So I think I was maybe a little younger, a little older. I'm not sure exactly. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry. But anyway, there was a show called Black Scorpion. Just picture something with the same kind of zany, over the top, comic booky level of Adam West's 1966 Batman TV show applied to 2000. And instead of making Batman, they made this beautiful, like gorgeous woman as a superhero that's very Batman esque, wears a scorpion costume and all that. Yeah, so very zany show, over the top. It only lasted one season with about, I would say, 22 episodes. I would say 22, 23 episodes. So it lasted a while. Basically, each episode had like a weekly villain that, would show up, be like, oh, hey, you're going to foil the plan, but then they'll be done. And then, next episode will be like the new villain for this week with some reoccurring villains here and there. The Black Scorpion TV show. Yeah. So the Black Scorpion TV show was based off movies by the same name. And some of them had some pretty interesting villains. A lot of them were basically like carbon copies or rip-offs of well-known villains, like from the DC universe. There's one episode. The episode was called "He Who Laughs," and I believe that was episode 17. In this, they have this villain called the Gangster Prankster. He's very much like a Joker ripoff and Two-Face kind of amalgamation. So he's basically, Joker-esque. In this episode, he's tired of being the butt of everybody's jokes. He's tired of being the butt of everyone's jokes. So he gets his this inventor to create a machine that anyone within hearing distance or earshot, somehow he has it set up to where anybody within the town's vicinity or the city that this is all taking place in, anybody who laughs will inflate until they explode. Yeah. Let that sink in. Yeah. So, despite this episode having that, being the big plot, there's only about 3 on-screen, inflation scenes. 2 of which are male, 1 of which is female. Now, the scene that always stuck out to me the most, I think you can find it on YouTube. Just type in Black Scorpion body inflation, and you can find that little scene. It's like 30, 40 seconds long. Well, at this point in the episode, the city tried to take precaution. They implemented a laughing ban, but people are still going to laugh to show protests. And yeah, so there's this scene where there's a psychotherapist talking to her client. And so she says something like, "So I heard you're feeling a little schizophrenic today, or schizophrenic lately," just saying. And the patient's distraught or whatever. And she says, "Yes, no, yes, no," just kind of, really distraught. So the therapist, being, I guess, an attempt to break the ice or to lighten the mood, says, "Well, that makes 4 of us." So she makes a bad joke, and she starts to laugh at her own joke, and she inflates until she explodes. And that scene always stuck out to me the most. And believe it or not, it was that episode of Black Scorpion that actually got me into inflation. Yeah, I know. So, yeah, it was an obscure one-off sci-fi TV show that got me into that. And believe it or not, if you have Amazon Prime, it's on Amazon Prime. You can watch Black Scorpion, its entire season, and that episode. It's episode 17, He Who Laughs. So yeah, if you want to just watch that one little scene that I told you about, or if you want to watch the whole episode, because the whole episode, really, in all honesty, it's tongue in cheek. It's really campy, over the top. The acting ranges between okay to bizarre and over the top to really overacting. So yeah, like I said, if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch Black Scorpion for free. That explains what. Yeah, I've always had a love for zaniness. It was shows like Black Scorpion, shows like the Adam West TV show, that I love the zany. I love the zany outlandish stuff because it's just fun. There's just something fun about it. It just has an element of fun and enjoyability. And one of the things I like about the Black Scorpion TV show was it never took itself serious. It never took itself so serious and so like it was one of those things where they kind of knew they were in like a cheesy concept of the show and they kind of ran with it. And what's crazy about the show, if you want to watch Black Scorpion, Adam West is in the show. He plays one of the villains. And out of all the villains, he was the villain that was the most interesting, at least to me. He plays a villain called the Breathtaker. So he has a pretty intimidating name. And he has a reason for being a villain. Unlike most of the villains in the show, they don't really have like a super great reason to be a villain. But to me, Breathtaker had an interesting backstory, a good motive, and was a solid rival for Black Scorpion. And I'll tell you why. Breathtaker was a doctor. Now he was a doctor. Now he was held hostage in a gun situation in the hospital. Now, um, Black Scorpion's father was a cop. Now he was the cop on the scene that day, and let's just say he wasn't the best cop. Like he wasn't a good cop, and the guy has like the doctor gunpoint. It's like, man, you can't do it. You can't do it. Whatever. So this is what Darcy's dad did. Like I said, he wasn't a good guy at all. He shoots the doctor, that was at gunpoint through the lungs in order to get to the bad guy behind him. So basically, he's like, I don't care if you have a hostage. Bam. There goes your leverage. So the bullet travels through, goes through the doctor, and hits the bad guy, killing him. Now, the doctor, somehow the bullet was able to travel through both his lungs. And the doctor was dead for about 6 minutes. For 6 or 7 minutes. They were able to revive him with artificial lungs, but there wasn't enough oxygen that was deprived from his brain that left him emotionally and mentally unstable. So he becomes a villain. And since he can't breathe normally, he's like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to suffocate the whole city. If I can't breathe, no one can breathe. So he was the most interesting villain. I'm like, okay, this is a villain that has a good backstory and all that, and has a personal grudge and vendetta against Darcy herself. That was the name of, that's actually in Black Scorpion, against her and her father. Her father's dead. Somehow he stages and manages to, this is from the movie, if you watch the movie Black Scorpion, he manages to get her father killed. So he's already exacted his revenge. But there's still this kind of weird sort of tango, though, with him and the daughter. It's like the daughter's trying to be like, look, be a good cop, follow the rules, and, be a cop, be what an interesting backstory. And really, in all honesty, if they wanted to say, like, hey, let's turn this into an actual serious superhero, story or show, they could take this into a different route. And in all honesty, with as zany as the show got, whenever it got to the Breathtaker episode, it actually did try to take a turn and be like, okay, well, let's try to be a little more serious with this particular episode. And for the most part, it works. So it's one of those things where when it came with the Breathtaker as a villain, they're like, okay, well, let's not be as zany with this one. Let's try to do something a little different. So for that regard, I respected the show for doing that. But then whenever they had like a villain that was a Poison Ivy knockoff, or again with the Gangster Pranks, they're like, hey, this is just wacky and zany. Let's just do a wacky, zany story for this. Yeah, it changed depending on the villain. It did. It changed depending on the villain. I would say, though, the one thing that always confused, that I always just wondered, who came up with the idea for the episode where people would play like balloons? Who came up with that idea? I always just wonder. It's like who came up with it and tried to give an actual scientific background or reasoning for why this happened. But it's like, I don't get it. And again, that kind of had an interesting thing too, where the scientist that builds it, built it, as because the Gangster Prankster manipulated him to thinking like, oh, come on, help me out, I'll help you out. And look, I promise, no one's going to get hurt. So he built the machine with the intention of, okay, people will inflate, and then, we turn it off, they deflate, and this will scare them into be like, oh, okay, well, I'm not going to laugh again, because I don't want this to happen again. So he went in with the intention of, okay, this is just more or less a scare tactic. But the Gangster Prankster, being the liar that he is like, oh, no, I'm turning this into a weapon. So he's able to weaponize it. And this kind of leads into one kind of funny thing. Because, they have, he's very Joker-esque, and so are his minions and all that, have tendencies to giggle and laugh and stuff. They have to hide in, like their whole hideout is like in an old factory that sold ice cream. So they have a room where they would keep like all the cold stuff, like all like the ice cream or whatnot, and that room is soundproof. So they would be in there. So whenever he's testing out the machine, they're like, why is it so cold? Why do we have to be in here? It's like, well, this this room this room is soundproof, and more importantly, laugh proof. So what's that? So they're like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. And this led to some kind of funny little things, like whenever the prankster is tempted to laugh, somebody would always come like, and he's like, "Thank you, you're right, you're right." You to stifle the laugh. And there was one funny joke that I loved in that episode. It's when the prank is someone makes a joke and the police captain, is almost about to chuckle, and then he's like, "Whoa, hey, careful, Rafferty! I don't want to blow up like a balloon." And one of the cops comes by and is like, "Cap, it's a little bit too late for that," because the police captain's heavy set. He's just like, "Really, man? Really?" But yeah, that is the story of how I got into inflation. And like I said, now my love for both the inflation community and for the zaniness. And I always wanted to recreate that one scene. I always wanted to recreate it with two actresses. I always wanted to recreate it, and I don't know. I just thought that would be kind of cool. In fact, let me send you the link for the episode that I told you about. Just give me 1 second here. All right. Sorry, I got distracted. Don't mind me asking, Rising, what got you? Was it like a TV show, movie, or cartoon that you saw? Oh, okay, so that's what it was. It was like 2000, 2001 when the show was on. And you know what? I'm actually grateful for this show to be on, especially during that time. Oh, okay. Found it. Copy that. All right, here we go. And here is the link to that one scene I told you about that got me into the community. There it is if you want to check it out. Like I said, it's not a very long scene, and for some reason, Hmm. Well, that's fair. That's fair. That usually happened a lot. There was always some, dude in peril. Yeah, I got you. I got you. Yeah. Oh, anyway, the link that is in the chat right now, that's the link to the scene that changed my life, forever. And I find the actress that was inflating that to be very pretty. Gotcha. Yeah, Superman. I always been a fan of. I was actually more into the adventure, the Batman animated show. The Batman the animated series. I was more into that than Superman. Although there was one Superman episode I really liked, and that was the one where Deadshot showed up. The one with Deadshot was probably my favorite Superman related one. I got you. Did you check out the link? Like I said, to me, I think it's because I saw it at a younger age that I felt like it went on longer. I don't know why. I just felt like the scene was longer than what it actually was. And what was kind of funny, though, at least to me, the two inflation scenes that were in the episode that went on longer were the male ones. Like when in the episode when the Gangster Prankster first deploys the machine, it's to like some stand-up comic that made jokes about the Gangster Prankster, and he inflates. Yeah, and then don't want to spoil anything in case you want to watch the episode, but if you don't have Amazon Prime, then you probably haven't seen it yet. But the Gangster Prankster, it was his last episode because the machine's used on him. He inflates till he explodes. Um, and really, it was one of those things where he was only used in two episodes. That one, He Who Laughs Last, and his first appearance was an officer and a prankster, um, which was, a play on an officer and a gentleman. Most of the titles were usually a play on some movie or show. No, you didn't. What'd you think? Oh, thanks. Yeah, and to me, I thought the actress that was inflating was beautiful. I thought she was good looking. I think she is good looking, and um, I do think it kind of serves her right for inflating until she explodes while she was being insensitive to a patient. Because that's one thing I never got. 90s, yeah, it was like late 90s, early 2000s, and what I love about that scene, looking back on it now, is the client's reaction. Like, the client doesn't know what's going on until after the explosion. Like, she never thinks to, oh yeah, definitely back in the 90s, they were all well dressed. Um, this is the one thing that I never understood. I thought was kind of weird in the scene. Because if you watch the clip, you hear like the inflating noises, like the sounds of the balloon stretching out, like you hear it. So for whatever reason, this woman, the client, doesn't think to turn around to see where the noise is coming from. I mean, maybe it's being drowned out by the psychotherapist is laughing, but still, my head would turn a little bit and be like, "Who's inflating balloons right now?" Yeah, different times everything creaked and beat. Yeah, true, true. But here's the reason why I'm grateful for Black Scorpion being around because I was everyone, right? Yeah. Here's the thing. The reason why I'm grateful for Black Scorpion being on TV in the time it was because when 9/11 happened, watching Black Scorpion helped a lot of people. It did, because it took their minds off of what was going on, the tragedy, and the really intense and scary stuff. So then they would look at this show and be like, you know what, I want this to be real. I want to be a superhero. So that's why I'm thankful for the show in that regards. That it's like, hey, here's something to lift your spirits. Here's something to help you out. So that's why I'm grateful for Black Scorpion in many different ways. I'm grateful for the zaniness of the show. I'm grateful for being part of the community that I was a little bit embarrassed. I was a little bit of like I don't want people to know that this is what I'm into. So yeah. I don't know, because most people already think I'm weird already. So yeah, I did. But yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not so much anymore. I mean, most people already know. Most people already know. Like my coworker, like back at my old job, people saw us and they're like, "You're into that, aren't you?" And I would be like, "No, no, no, I'm not in." But then there was one, one who's there's one lady who I know my whole life, known her for the longest time. Um, she knew about it. She knew I was into it, and she's like, "It's okay. Hey, I'm into some freaky stuff too." And she then went to me, "Hey, I like biting." So I'm like, "What?" It's like, "Yeah, biting, like vampire, like drawing some blood. Yeah, that's what I'm into." So you're not weird at all. So yeah, she definitely helped. She definitely helped and made me feel comfortable. But yeah, yeah, but it's still one of those things where when somebody finds out and you try to explain to them, oh well, it's mainly fantasy. It's because it's not possible that makes it more exciting and more interesting. And then they just kind of look at you still like, why? You're weird. That's like you're messed up or something. And then that just makes me feel kind of small. Makes me feel like, okay, I'll go to the corner. But now I just kind of, as I get older, I just realize, you know what? Just stop caring what other people think, and you know. That's why I believe in you do you, I do me, and that's really helped. I think. I think the more we let people be people and just do that, I think the better we would be. You know what I mean? Well, thank you. Yeah, yeah. It's nice to know that I'm not alone in this. And Rising, I want to say that I'm sorry if I did get scared. I got kind of scared and shy about being part of this community. I feel like I owe you an apology, and I okay. Hey, as long as we're still cool, then that makes me happy. Now, enough getting all sentimental and all sad and all let's actually talk about if I was to recreate that scene. Oh wow. Right. Well, let's talk about if I was to recreate that little scene from Black Scorpion, and bounce some ideas off you. What would you change about that scene, and what would you improve upon to make it better? Like, what would you do to if you were going to remake that scene? What would you do differently, and how would you improve on what was already there? Okay, all right, a few more people. Okay, so would there be more than one person inflating in that scene, or would it still just be the one person that inflates, with everybody else kind of watching and being like, "What the heck is going? What the hell is going on here?" Okay, I like that. I like that. Someone can be like, "Okay, here's the team." You bet. Okay, so we got secretary coming in to give tea or coffee to the psychotherapist. I like that. What else? Hey, Ocean, how's it going? Oh, it's my other favorite person in the world. Hey, Ocean. Oh, Ocean, we're talking about recreating a scene from an old TV show. Now I'm going to send you the link here. I'm going to post a link here for you to check it out. Let me know what you think. Yeah, I'm doing really going over an idea for a recreation of a scene. Here's a link to the scene. If you want to check it out and let me know what you think of it, and how would you recreate this scene, and what do you think should happen in it? Sure, Mr. Mango. Okay, okay, like that. Show the inflation. Well, they kind of show a little bit in the same, but still okay. So show a little more of it. But yeah, Ocean, I'm doing really good. It's nice to see you. Really glad you can join on in. Yes, this is the topic that we're talking about, recreating this little scene here from a kind of forgotten TV show. Yeah, definitely. You seen the scene, right? The little scene that we're talking about. Yeah, so me and Rising are talking about how we would recreate the scene, what we would do different in it, like what would we do to make it better. Oh, okay, okay, that would be funny. Oh, okay, I see where this is going. So she would start awkwardly laughing to kill attention, and then she would begin to inflate, right? So, Ocean, how would you go about? You're right. Okay. How? So, Ocean, what do you think? How do you think if you were to recreate this scene, Ocean? What would you do different? Rising's got some pretty solid ideas about it. Okay. Okay. Well, Rising came up with the idea like if the shrink was a guy, he would be wearing a well dressed, double breasted suit. Tell the joke, and as he's inflating, his secretary would come in with like tea or coffee and be like, "What?" Drops it upon seeing what's going on, and after the shrink presumably pops or explodes, and not gory or anything, maybe more like confetti, like just a couple clothes flying, nothing too crazy. Then the patient just kind of starts doing that awkward laugh because of what just happened and because the tension. And then she would begin to inflate a little bit, and then that's when the scene will, stop as she begins to inflate. Right? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like instead of just be like clothes flying around, like left on a chair, like somebody just threw like their shirt and pants on the chair. Like in your room, or be like, yeah, there we go. Here's a question though: would the joke be the same? Oh, okay, that's cool. Oh yeah, hey, break a leg on your audition. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, let me know how it goes. Take care, okay? Oh, nice. I love Sweeney Todd. I know you. Yeah, I love Sweeney Todd. You would be a great Mrs. Lovett. Yeah, let me know how it goes. One of my favorite shows of all time, Sweeney Todd. So yeah. All right, Rising. So, what would the scene be called? Like the video be called for it, and would the jokes still stay the same? Because it was a bad joke anyway to begin with. So I just think that makes it more funny. Is about that he inflated or he popped over a joke that wasn't even that funny. And there's just something about laughing at your own jokes that's like, come on, man, come on. So his name would be Skinner. All right, well, give me an example. You think is the best bad joke you've ever heard? Give me your example you think would be the best bad joke you've heard. That would work perfectly for the scene. Sorry, some of the chocolate melted. Yeah, that's okay. Well, I'm about to get off here in a little bit and go do some stuff. So, anyway, it was nice hanging out with you guys. And until then, I'll see you all next stream. Take care, Rising. And like I say, if you have any ideas about other videos and stuff, you know where to send me an email. Oh, and email me what you just thought about for this whole scene. The video name, yeah. Super ego. Oh, okay, that would be funny. Super ego. I like that. All right, so here's the thing. Could you message me? Could you message me the details for Super Ego, like what we just talked about on here, and I'll try to make a script out of it. Can you do that? Can you send me a message about what you came up with on here? And okay, cool. Yeah, I gotta get going. But till then, I'll catch you later. hope you guys all have a great night, evening, or day, or whatever time it is in your area. Until then, I'll catch you later. All right. All right. See ya. Thank you.